And we're back. Alright, let's go see, check out the murder scene. Talk to him.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal. The body is still in the dining room where the murder took place.
Alright, so sort of confirmed what we already sort of confirmed, but good to be absolutely confirmed. So basically a madman whilst drunk.
Baron Lyndon Brackenstall. The Brackenstall family seems rather austere.
Yeah. They all seem like they're drunk. I don't know why someone would paint them in such light. It says like you could just freshen them up a little bit.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
No shit, Watson, come on.
A trapper's hut. A trapper's hut. The hunting scene. Antique hunting weapons.
No, I was just about to say that. It's like a family of with a tradition of it in hunting and nature. I have a feeling we're going to be going out into the woods. Oh, hello. Sideboard. That's the missing silver. But I would imagine that that's silver as well, or is it just no, it's glass.
The hunting scene. A deer hunt. A fur trader's cabin.
Yes, we're sort of being
A fur trader's cabin.
pushed this narrative very hard.
A hunter scene.
I mean, I feel like an idiot, but then I think I might be just thinking overcomplicating things a lot, but then again not. I feel like this game sort of treats you like an idiot sometimes and then sort of expects a lot from you.
Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me.
Oh, god damn it, don't.
This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
I didn't want to take it because I wanted to just keep looking at it in a sense, like have it there to so that I can observe it. This is not as good. But, sailor's knots. Basically the only knot I know. Walking stick, no shoes. The poker. Next to the fire. Facing that way.
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon.
And much longer than the poker. And also, this looks like a stick that he might have been, like a walking stick that he might just use generally. But I think, someone, or at least I would like to ask about the stick. Like, does he usually use a walking stick to walk around?
Barefoot, he had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress.
Or I was thinking they took his boots because, shoes are valuable, but I guess shoes are not the best kind of loot to take with you when you're burglarizing someone. So he hurried out of bed, if we are to trust Sherlock. But he did have time to put his, is this how he sleeps, or? He wasn't in that much of a hurry, though, because he's putting his pants on and everything.
That must be the murder weapon. The head was cracked with the force of the blow.
So I guess a strong guy, maybe.
It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
Well, I would love to see the back of his head. I mean, that would really explain a lot. But I guess we're not going to get that. Just looking at it, if he fell down and hit his head on that, like, pretty hard, I would imagine he possibly would have gotten stuck there. But the blood is sort of all around. And the hit is on the front, or the damage is on the front, and the poker is there. So let me just think, or write down, because if death was caused by drunkenness, then what? If he fell forward onto that fucking thing and got an injury, and he did it while he was drunk, does someone lose something? Does the wife lose some sort of, I don't know if there's like life insurance back here, but it's maybe a modern motive to think about. So notice the glasses, and there's 3 of them. Which sort of suspicious, but apparently one of them hasn't been drunk from. Is that the way to say it? One of them has not been drunk from. One glass is undrunken. So 3 glasses, 3 assailants.
Chateau Calon-Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru.
No idea what that means, but if it's like shitty wine, then why do they have it? And if it's good wine, they sort of enjoying it, I guess, but where did they get it from? Did they just pick one from some wine cellar or something, or was it just around?
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing.
I don't know what beeswing is. I need to... Shit. Beeswing? The only thing I can think of is like when you swirl it around and then it leaves like traces on the edges or something. I don't know.
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing.
Or is it the maybe like a remainder on the bottom?
There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear.
Oh my god, I need to... I never drink wine.
A decanter standing next to the open bottle, an inseparable pair indeed.
So, a decanter is, I guess, like to dilute the wine. That's what they did in ancient times, at least. I know it's like a wine spritzer or something. You put some soda in there, but I don't know what that is. So I need to educate myself on wines, what bees wings are. I'll actually do it now just so that we don't miss anything. So we're around 12 minutes. I need to remember the other cut as well from yesterday, or the last episode.
When serving decanted wines, it is nice to use the best glassware to add to the sense of occasion. Place the cradle onto a pre-prepared gueridon and take to the table. Place the gueridon on a stand. Present the bottle, making sure the label is visible. At the gueridon, light a candle. Keep the bottle in the cradle. Use a waiter's friend to remove the foil. Now, using a service cloth, wipe around the top of the bottle. Carefully remove the cork from the bottle. Quickly sniff the cork to check for faults. Having checked your sample for faults, present the host with their sample and the cork. Slowly and steadily pour the wine into the decanter. Once the body of the sediment reaches the neck of the bottle, stop pouring. Serve the guests first and then the host. Take the gueridon with you as you leave.
Okay, we're smarter now. Shit, that's a lot of stuff. So, one of them had not been decanted. No, yeah, and then the others had been decanted. Yeah, I can look at it. Good, good, good.
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing.
All right. So someone was here and they didn't know what they were doing. Like me. poured wine like a noob, and then someone corrected them. Now, who has information on using a decanter? Not some three bums from elsewhere. So, from elsewhere, from, just, I don't know where they're from, but not from a house like this. And then there was no story of, no story of dialogue. So, which could start meaning that if the lady is telling the truth, then the mistress, the handmaid, is involved. So she might actually be someone who's letting people in, because they also didn't mention that out loud, but someone got in here without any sort of struggle or breaking shit down. So yeah, actually, I'll try to be organized, and I'll go have a look at the table, and then I'll go have a look outside, how they got into the yard and everything. So the wine was taken from here.
A bottle of wine is missing here. These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France.
Not sure if French wine has anything to do with it, but just expensive wine in general. So the timing doesn't actually have to be in a sense where someone poured the wine first and then poured properly. It could actually, well, no, actually it does sort of have to be that way, because only a fraction of the wine remains in the bottle after decanting, or after pouring it into the decanter, where it should remain for around 30 minutes to an hour. So yeah, that creates a situation.
This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen.
Indeed. So she said she went to fetch some candles. Not sure where she was, but I would imagine she was. I didn't see any candles in the other place, but one of them is off, two of them are on.
An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents. The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
And they left a box too. There's a... I mean, I would imagine that carrying silverware around is noisy. I mean, carrying a box might be more difficult than putting stuff in a bag, but still, if you have a box full of silverware, you might as well take the box and sell the whole box as well. I don't know, but that doesn't really tell us anything, I don't think. But yeah, like said before,
This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there.
Right, so if the upstairs bedrooms are there, he was here facing the intruders. How did he end up on the other side of them, in a sense? Why, there are a million things that could have happened, but if he came from upstairs, he would open the door, he would see this first, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? There's no place for them to hide behind him. So rather, he came in from this direction. So, direction of body. I'll never remember all of this, but I'll try to, because I don't actually look at my notes really. I just write them down so I get them out of me. And I know that they're somewhere, because I usually don't remember much, but then if I really have to, I can just go back and look at it. But yeah, it would, because there's no the body could have been moved as well. So let's say he fell down. Falling down head first. Let me look at the body again, because he's not going to get this injury from falling down unless he really like falls down sideways from very far. The angle just looks a little weird. My imagination is not enough. So
The death was instant.
there's also one thing. I would imagine that they have many, many guns around. And he used a stick. That doesn't correlate at all. I think that's like, at least right now, I think that's one of the biggest things actually. That he would attack any intruder with a stick. I mean, if he's drunk, but I would like he's an avid hunter, I would imagine, unless all of this is just pretense and old garbage. But I would love to see weapons collection up there in the bedroom. It's a nice house. The lion is there. Now, I don't see what this has to do with the story in the sort of happening in the meta with Sherlock's brother, but let me just write down no violent entry, because you can always climb fences and walls and stuff, but getting inside an actual house is more difficult. I thought I saw Watson's image there, but I'm just seeing things. Let's walk around, because that would be the obvious sort of entrance and exit. It's fairly quick, but it doesn't seem like it's designed to open, maybe? I don't know. Looks strange to me. Are these supposed to be reddish? I guess that's just a plant life. I was just because it looks a little bit like blood, but I don't know. There's so much of it around, it has to be some sort of red weed. And that's just dark wood, I would imagine. I hear the dog, so it's either just ambience or then there is a dog that we can actually use around here. we have to use, was it Toby, I think was the dog's name. I remember the dog's name, seeing it once like ages ago. I guess I just care about dogs a lot more. Can't I really go in there? Shit. I would imagine it's pretty important seeing what's in there. Like properly seeing what's in there, but I guess not. Ladders. Don't see much else. I'll ignore it for now. Now the house is much larger than I thought it was. Like a castle, or manor, I mean, but looks like a castle. So there's like an attic upstairs, and then the ground floor. And at least for now, we can't go upstairs, but I don't think we can go up there at all because it's not, the criminals didn't go up there, so there's not going to be, well, might be evidence up there, but he was not wearing glasses, but there's glasses everywhere. So I think they're either just fluff, or then he needs glasses. I guess the yard sort of continues to the back, but maybe it's sort of unimportant. I'm trying to look for any sort of, I haven't actually looked for traces on the ground, but just some obvious sort of interference or hidden objects or something like that. I'm not really seeing anything. One tree had like a branch cut off, but it has nothing to do with this. I'll try the front door, whether we can use that to walk around. But the yard is a little unkempt, I think, like the grass is growing and otherwise it's sort of fine. The bushes are fine. Where's Lestrade? Okay, I think we're gonna have to put some neurons together, but I'll try talking to them about maybe the wine and history of violence too.
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behavior.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead. But a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her.
So they came here 18 months ago. Pretty rapid sort of development of marriage, but I guess that's relatively normal back in the day. 18 months and boat, sailor's knot. So she said that it was her first journey. The lady's first journey, but sort of insinuated that it wasn't her first journey. So the maid might know sailors. So She might know sailors or the knots or just people in general, like the lower strata. And she can't really hide the obvious, like, you know, having a decanter thrown at her and things like that. But she seems very defensive about it, or her. But she's talking a lot. I think one of the things that I find sort of bothersome, or it bothers me because it sort of puts me in a, or pushes me away from certain thinking in a way where, like if I was her, I wouldn't say a thing, but and in the other cases too, like people talk a lot. Even the people who are sort of responsible. But we have quite a lot to go on now. I'll just go... Oh, there he is. Hello.
I've searched outside for footprints without any luck.
Yeah, I did that too. I think Lestrada's better at that than me. Another pair of glasses. But neither of them, the ladies, wear any glasses, and he's not wearing any glasses right now. I mean, this looks a little bit like just rampant sort of anger. Just because all the, you know, decanters there, they're falling down, the glasses are falling down, like somebody's throwing shit around. I don't know, it either looks, well, it does look a little fabricated. There's a lot of stuff here now. So let's look at the neurons. Because I have a feeling that we're going to be able to leave this manor. We do need the dog. Actually, before we do, because I want to do everything that I can, and then look at the neurons, because I want to be I want to be wrong as few times as possible, and also it will make things clearer if we have all the clues that we need or we can get. But yeah, definitely something's off about the whole thing. And I'll see if I can take Toby with us. Yes, take Toby.
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
Alright, so I'll leave this episode here. Next time we're going to have fun with Toby. He's going to show us around some hidden clues, I would imagine. At least the smelly ones. So I'll see you there.